Eli Tomac, we've had a weekend off here in the early part of Pro Motocross as it's broke up into 3 segments. What'd you work on during the gap time?
I actually didn't really look for much on the weekend off other than just taking a little bit of time off. I think I had a lot of riding even before the season started, so honestly did just minimize riding, and that's it. So haven't been searching a whole lot. Of course, trying to get better at starts, but other than that, kind of just as usual stuff.
Yeah. So High Point, of course, you came out of it with a moto win. We've seen really strong pace out of you at times this year when you start up front. However, stacked as the field is, I also have seen a few motos where if you start maybe 7th or 8th, you'll get to a 3rd or 4th, you get to an Aaron, you get to a J Coupe, and sometimes you get a little bit hung up. Is that a testament to how those guys are riding, or do you have the pace to get by them, and do you get a little bit hung up with them right now, or kind of where have you felt with a couple of those situations?
Yeah, it really comes down to starting behind the guys, and of course it's a strong field. I do feel like I have an easier time going through the field in the second moto, for sure. So it's really me. I think I'm getting hung up in those first motos when I get behind, but that's just off the top of my head. So I just need to be more consistent, start at least top 5, and try not to get stuck in a pace. But testament to the strength of the field.
So again, the outdoors is where it's kind of split into 3 chunks if you look at it. You come into this second place in points, 28 points down currently on Jet. I mean, no matter what, your goal every weekend, of course, is to line up and win. But how crucial do you feel like this middle segment is? Can you trade back and forth with Jet a little bit and make small ground and come back in the later part of the series? Or do you feel like this middle portion we're about to hit is the more crucial point for you in sense of a championship hunt?
It's a crucial point in the series. That's for sure. The good thing is I look forward to all these coming tracks. It's like Southwick, Redbud, and just that condition. So hopefully I can shine in these tracks because I really enjoy riding them. We'll find out soon enough. So yeah, I need to try to do what I can to claw back some points.
For somebody that's been as long as you, always an interesting question to me is what you really think the pace of the current field is. How do you feel like you are in comparison to the Eli Tomacs of the prior years? What do you really feel like? Do you feel like you still have something to give to some of the best you felt, or do you feel like you're there right now? This is the best we've seen you ride.
For the one moto like in Hangtown that I won and whatnot, and then getting into the lead at High Point, yeah, I would say it's probably close to the best I've ridden. And most importantly for me is I've been able to, if the pace has been elevated, I've been able to go with it. So that's nice. Like I'm still capable of winning and getting race wins. So it's tough to say. I think over time, of course, it evolves to be faster, and everyone continues to get better.
Last one for you. I think actually Adam Cincerello might have been the one to bring this up with Justin Barcia. They were talking about, your nickname, kind of the state when everybody calls you Beast Mode. And I think AC was making a big push of like, hey, it just gets labeled every time. Eli's going fast, but there are still those big differences. As some riders like to call it the flow state. People say that. Is there still? Do you feel those moments where you're beyond clicking? Basically, when you hear everybody just keep saying Beast Mode, Beast Mode, Beast Mode. Is there actually a true big difference, even how you feel on the bike when everything does kind of click into that mode?
Yeah, and yes, there's certain moments. It's not every time I'm on the track, and those moments would be is like when I make it all the way to the front, never experience any tightness, and I don't get balled up behind guys. So, and that would be the beast mode moment, but it definitely doesn't happen every time on the track.
One last actually small one. Raptor or TRX?
Currently on the TRX program.
You liked it better?
I do like him better right now. I traded in. Yep, Team TRX.
Jorge Prado, how was your, I would say, kind of that off week? We've seen you've been at Club MX. Just tell me about the experience.
Yeah, I think it was pretty decent. We got some different trainings with different tracks, so it was good. We did our best to improve our situation, so we'll see where we are at this weekend.
Nice. How are you feeling? I mean, I can imagine for anybody, I know us in media, I know your team, everybody's like, hey, it's a learning year, it's a learning year. In the same breath, you are a 4-time world champion. I can imagine the patience only goes so far. how are you doing after this break, the improvements you made this week? Do you feel like you've got a little bit of a refreshed attitude or refreshed expectations coming into Southwick? Do you feel like you've been able to regroup okay?
I don't know. I don't know what to answer. We will see on the weekend. I think we still have a lot of work to do, but yeah, hopefully we made some progress. We will see.
Question about MXGP versus US so far. So we see what we see on the track, what we've talked to you about, maybe the bikes, your shoulder injury, things of that nature. But I think there's a lot of things that people don't realize is a big difference, and one of them is, to me, the travel schedule, the difference of like, hey, we race more often here, but we have a very compact day, which is, I think, different. The intensity you face throughout the day, it's not spread out as a GP weekend. How much has that caught you off guard anyways, or is it about what you expected? Like, how big of a difference is our program, like how the race day schedule is put together?
Yeah, obviously it's different. We race, we have a 2-day format in MXGP, and here it's only 1 day. But I don't think that's our problem at the moment, so I feel comfortable. I learned the tracks fast. Motocross is the same here than in MXGP. Motocross and their bikes are the same, so yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we can figure it out things fast and be battling up front soon.
What would be something you would be satisfied with tomorrow? What would you be able to check off Southwick and be able to move forward and feel good progress from?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what to answer. Hopefully I feel comfortable with my bike, and if that's the case, then the results will show.
Last one, I guess it's almost like a qualm, the rumors. There's been chatter this last week about, oh, what if Jorge were to go back to GPs? What if he were to do this? What were he to do that? I mean, I'm just going to simply ask you, where do you feel like you're at with, I know the season isn't going the way you want it to, and the way it's trending, like, I mean, how do you feel about your future in the U.S.? Are you, I know you're committed here for multiple years, but has it shaken your own feeling on wanting to be here long term? Or?
Well, I didn't come here if I didn't think I could win, and I still think I can win. So, yeah, those are my thoughts about it.
I see people on social media that accuse you of not doing anything productive the last 2 weeks. Tell me what you've actually been up to.
Yeah, that's just a front. I just act like that. But no, I was training in North Carolina. Did the same thing last year. It's the Benix have a 6 sand track, so my dad went out there. That thing was gnarly. It was rough, but he went and peaked everything up at the sand track, and yeah, just really did my motos there for the 2 off weeks, and then I did go to California for the weekend, just take some time off. But yeah, I still was training.
We stacked a nice amount of stories that throw people off, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Thinking about this round, so 2 years ago, your first full pro season here, Southwick was maybe one of your weaker points in the season. Last year, you came back and completely crushed that. When you look at the rest of the calendar year, I mean, at this point, I don't think you really have anything left to prove to anybody in the championship, any other riders, any fans. But for you personally, is there any other rounds left this season that you still want to prove something to yourself? Like a round that you feel like you've struggled with, or somewhere you really just want to go put down a performance?
Yeah, I mean, Southwick it's obviously the sand, so I did struggle my first rookie season here, and last year I definitely cleaned that up a ton. Came here, worked on my weakness, and got it dialed, and I feel like I'm actually pretty solid in the sand now. I just had to figure it out. I mean, if you can figure out how to ride sand, you can go pretty fast. But yeah, I feel like I kind of got it down, so pretty confident coming in.
Yeah. Any other rounds this season that you look to as a personal goal, like you want to put that stamp on it before we're wrapped up?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't won Redbud since the rookie season, and Redbud's just a sick race to win, so it's after this one. Be nice to win Redbud. Obviously the fans are wild there. Definitely the rookie season went in there, the fans are really wild, so yeah, we'll have a dope bike and stuff, so I'm ready.
Mikkel, let's talk a little bit about, I mean, you're experiencing at Raw this year, the difference between GP and US. I just want to get some of your thoughts on the differences in the schedule, mostly the race day schedule. You guys have the 2-day format there, a little more time on the track, but longer travel to some of the races. I don't know, what do you think of our schedule so far? Does it tax the body in a different way with it being more crammed in one day? Like, what have you run into so far?
So many things. I mean, where do I start? Like, I enjoy the 1-day format. I do. Obviously, it's a challenge when it's the first time at the tracks. That's obviously the only downside for me, because you spend what, like an hour and 15 normally on a Saturday in the GPs, and all of a sudden you got to go and put a fast lap down in the first session because the track's not getting fast in the second one. that's been the biggest challenge for me. I'm adapting obviously to racing and people and bikes and all this, but I feel like I've got that dialed pretty well, and we're working well together, and we're making good progress. But every time coming out to a new track and resetting, that's the hard bit. And because you don't have more time than you do, yeah, it's a challenge. But I enjoyed it a lot, and I try and take everything in and really learn from it. Although when you don't have the press day, it is a challenge. Like last weekend, for instance, in High Point, we had a technical in the second one, which didn't allow me to ride much on the track. I didn't get to put a lap in. So luckily, I did put a lap in the first session. But things like that, like I don't think about that in the GPs because you've got so much time. I mean, you can go in and swap bikes if something happens. So much different over here, but. I'm impressed with the tracks. I'm impressed with the way that people are working, and I got to say, it's been quite an experience so far.
I know there's a lot of talk from the American side about our tracks being ripped too deep in one line, and I think there is some fact to that is true about. However, I also see the amount of complaints I see out of the GP. Like, just Jeffrey's posts alone are entertaining.
Did somebody say that he is more one-lined?
Yes.
Is that
we have people here that think our tracks are more one-lined and harder to pass on.
Yeah, they shouldn't come to Europe then. They shouldn't come to Europe. I mean, this last weekend, Matchley is one of the most beautiful tracks. I mean, the camera guys definitely gonna know. And for them to be able to mess it up as bad as they did, I don't know whose fault it is. And obviously it's been dry, maybe they were lacking water, whatever. But such a beautiful track, and man, it was not like how it's supposed to be. And it hurts to watch, And for me, like on the sideline, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be sitting on the couch, weekend off, watching the racing, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I wish I was riding the Matchley. But when I saw when I was watching the racing, I was not excited at all because I was like that. To be honest with you, that's shit. That's shit. And I fully understand Jeffrey's point of view because it just makes no sense to me. Such a good track, it can be well prepped, but they just didn't.
For you personally, I know the kind of game plan has always been for you to go back next year and debut the Triumph 450 in MXGP. With your experience here, where you're at, like, are you dead set on wanting that, or would you want to stay here another year if the opportunity was there? Or are you torn at all, or do you kind of know what you want to do?
That's a tough one. I mean, when I signed the contract in the end of last year, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do the test and development. I knew there was a chance of coming over here, and I was ready to take that experience. And so far, I've been enjoying a lot, and that's probably the problem. I'm enjoying a lot. Whether I want to stay or not, I don't really know. It also depends a little bit on how everything plays out, and it's a tough question, man.
Would a podium help?
No, it has nothing to do. No, for me, it has nothing to do with results because I know if I get another winter, I come out. I know that most of the tracks that we'll be racing next year, I wouldn't be worried at all.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of things to build on. So a podium this year wouldn't really change my mind one way or another. But yeah, I've been enjoying a lot, I gotta say, and the people over here has been nice to me. Like they've been, everywhere I've come, they've been like, oh, we love to see European guys coming over, and they've been taking me in really well. So I've been enjoying so far.
Last one for you, the one-day format being more compact, but then just the way our travel works, is there any difference you notice in how taxing it is on you?
I feel like the 2-day format is more hard on the body.
Hard on the body, so you need more recovery after the 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, the recovery is not so, but then again, it leaves you less time to do work during the week because you've got the 2-day, you're traveling for 1 day more. I don't feel like the traveling is worse in Europe because, like you guys say, there's sometimes you travel for the Californian rounds living on the East Coast. Obviously, yeah, you've got a 5-hour flight or 4-hour flight. But now, like, I flew 2.5 hours, which is very normal for us. I mean, that's not far at all. So I didn't feel that problem, and I like the 1-day format. For me, it's light on the body. Yes, you do have 1.5 hours of full-on pushing, but I mean, I've done the work during the week, so I know that I'll be able to last the full 1.5 hours on a race day, so it's not a big deal.
Welcome back, Justin Barcia. I've missed your infectious spirit here at the races.
Thanks.
I know I saw you shortly before the first national at GH. I know you were trying to make the opening round.
Yeah, I was desperate.
Desperate. Well, again, I saw you that day. I know you put in a whole moto, but I know afterwards you were bumming on the knee a little bit.
Yeah, wasn't quite ready before the first national, and after that day you saw me, I got back off the bike and put in another 3-4 weeks of therapy. Dr. G got my knee feeling good, so this is a good place to come back to. Everyone's like, you picked a race to come back to. I'm like, yeah, I sure did. This place is no joke. So, yeah, no expectations really. Just glad to be back riding. Got a couple motos in me, so we'll see where I'm at.
And no matter what with the knee, I would imagine it still looks better. I saw a throwback video of you on a CR125, your feet off.
My knees were so strong then. My knee might be back that strong now, though. I put a lot of work in out in California, so yeah, I'm loose, dude. I like to hang it out there, let the leg. This is a good time to test the mic, guys.
It's great.
Media day at an all-time high. Some things don't change.
No. Welcome to motocross. Where do you feel like you're at right now? I mean, are you kind of rushing it to come back still to come back for Southwick, or do you?
No,
feel
I'm not
confident
rushing
where
to
you're
come back, but also I don't expect anything. I just expect to go ride.
Yeah.
I have zero pressure from anybody. I could still keep doing therapy if I wanted, but I feel like at this point I'm ready to ride, so why not race? Build. There's no better way to build than racing. So yeah, my knee's good. I'm strong. Fitness, we'll see. I don't know.
Where are you going to be during the week now? I've seen you kind of floating around SoCal
bouncing
for a while.
around.
Or are you going back east?
Yeah, I'm going back east here soon. This week I actually flew up here and rode some local tracks I grew up riding. Hung out with Ziggy from Factory Connection, saw those boys. Brought back some really good memories. Had my wife and boys with me, so it was special. Good memory-making week. And yeah, head back to Florida here soon and start really grinding with the boys, I suppose.
It's not like Ziggy has anything going on at the moment at all.
He's not busy at all.
No, not at all.
That guy stays really busy, and it's good to see his face back around the sport. He's a legend, and I got to work with him at Geico for so long, so I have so much respect for him and love what he does to a dirt bike. So he's a bad dude.
Cool. So I know you said you're just here to basically log laps, but do you have an expectation at all for tomorrow? What you would be happy with?
I mean, I'm a racer, so
I know you're not happy if you're not up front.
Yeah, but I don't have those expectations right now, so I don't have to race if I don't want to. So I'm just here for myself, and we'll see what happens. I have zero expectations. I haven't even thought about it. I'm glad I'm riding a dirt bike. I've been driving myself crazy. I've been driving Dr. G crazy, seeing him 2 times a day for a while now.
I feel like a few of them been like that. You, Jed, a bunch of guys have just like lived in his office.
Yeah, he's got a good office. Newport Beach is not a bad place to do therapy. So yeah, we were up in there. We were getting after it. But yeah, I saw a lot of riders there going in and out, and I'm just glad to be back at the races and go have some fun.
Jalek Swoll, how's the foot? How bad did we actually crunch it once we got home and figured it out?
Well, it ain't broken, so
That's good.
That's good. But I don't know. Maybe I just broke through scar tissue. I don't know. I don't know.
I saw you after the last week, and you told me you literally made it 10 minutes in and folded it right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Folded it. Just straight. I don't know, dude. Just straight clapped my foot, pretty much. It was not good. But I mean, I'm here, so it's obviously good enough. So yeah.
So I know last weekend one of the big statements for me is, Mikkel and Jordan have both had really good motos, but they've had a lot of up and down as well. You came in great in time qualifying. You were, I think, about 2 seconds faster on the team. And talking to your team manager, he said that's pretty much how you've been since you got back, riding outdoors with those guys. Your result not last week, the week before at High Point, do you feel like it breathed a little bit of fresh air into the team? Not in the sense that the air guys weren't performing, just more that they've been a little down on their luck. Seeing you come out and have a good ride had to maybe help the morale a little bit. Everybody okay, we can gather this back up a bit.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on the. I mean, obviously every factory team wants results, and that's just part of the business. But not to spice myself, but I feel like me coming back, I just have it's very hard to get me to not be happy, and I think it's contagious around the team. I think obviously those dudes that I've been around way longer than my teammates, so coming back probably just feels a little bit more familiar for them, to be honest. And when I get back and I'm happy and I'm joking and I'm just shooting the shit with everybody, I think it makes people forget that we're at the races, and it becomes fun environment again. And that's the way I've always been. I've always felt that I need to have fun and be myself to produce results. I'm not gonna be my best me unless I'm being myself. So it's been good. Result, I thought it could have been better, but for having no expectations and a couple weeks on the bike, honestly, I'll take it, and it is what it is. We build from here.
Last one for you. I'm sure the extra week helped just with pure bike time. That's something that you were lacking coming into this. Clearly the speed is good, the pace is there. Did you make any more improvements other than that during the break? Anything that you focused on particularly? And with that, what are your expectations for Southwick?
I've been very adamant with the team on trying to get the bike a little bit more comfortable for myself, and I guess that's pretty much the takeaway. I know I'm behind the 8 ball. I haven't been able to ride, so I've just been doing the motos and obviously trying to fit in some testing and get my bike a little bit more comfortable for me, and that's been about it really. Just focused on that, and yeah, I think my speed is good, and I think it is good enough to get up there and contend for podiums, but it's going to take a minute to get back cardio wise and obviously just get my race feet under me again. But no, I'm excited for the build, and I'm just ready and excited, and I think this has been the first time in a while that I've been excited for this process, and I know by whenever I'm 100% and good to go, I know I'll be back up there fighting for podium, so we'll be good.